You must build the skill to develop a customer avatar, or you must build the skill to be able to identify your ideal customers. Now, there is no product on the face of the earth that can be targeted at everybody. A product can be used by everybody, but it cannot be targeted at everybody. Take water, for example. Water is essential to life. Everybody needs water, but start a water business, right? You cannot target your water business at everybody. If you build a sachet water business, there are certain kind of people that will buy it. If you build a bottled water business, there's certain kind of people that will buy it. If your water is a lot more exotic than that, there's certain kind of people that will buy it, right? Even here in Lagos, you can buy water for 50 naira, you can buy for 100 naira, you can buy for 2,000 naira, and there are certain hotels that we do meetings and the likes that water goes as high as 7,000 naira. Now, it's still the same water, right? But you cannot target any product at anybody. So you must have the ability to know, who am I targeting? Because one of the major challenges I see with a lot of people in sales is that, oh, my product, for everybody. There is no product on the face of the earth that can be targeted at everybody. You're going to waste your time, waste your effort, and waste precious resources in trying to do that. You cannot be all things to all men. Even if you sell something as basic as water, right? I mean, even if you sell air, right? Air is free. Oh, yeah, package the air now. If you package the air, right, you're going to have to direct it at certain quality of people eventually. So, who is my ideal customer? Where do they live? If they lived in Lagos, where would they most likely live? If they live in Nigeria, where would they most likely live? If they live, even in Lagos, where would they live? What do they do? What kind of disposable income would the person who's doing business with me have? Where would they most likely hang out? What are the kinds of things that they would do? You need to know exactly where, because if you get two people, if me and you, for example, are trying to reach a customer, right, and maybe we have a product to sell that is 50,000 naira or 50 million naira, whichever, and I run an ad targeting everybody and I spend 100,000 naira, and you run an ad targeting the specific type of people that you need, and let's assume the both of us end up generating 100 leads. Spend 100,000. I generated 100 leads across different customer segments. You generated 100 leads within a specific segment. It doesn't matter whether village people are on your case or not, right? You would get better results than me, because 80 to 90% of the people that I'm talking to, it's either going to be too cheap for them or too expensive, depending on whatever it is that I'm selling. 80% of the people who you're talking to, it's a right fit for them. So you will be able to convert a higher percentage of people than I will be able to convert, right? Right. Because you have focused on your ideal customer, and I'm trying to get everybody. There is nothing on the face of the earth that can target every single person, even if it's water, even if it's air. Doesn't matter what it is. The moment it is packaged into a product, by the very essence of its packaging, it would attract a specific target audience. And once you look at the product, you need to know the target audience. Take food, for example. If you want to eat, if you go to a small mama put, you can buy food for 500 naira or maybe 5,000 naira or 200 naira. But there's the same food. There are places where you would go and you would spend millions on the same single meal, right? That single meal up there is not targeted at the person who wants to spend 500 naira down here. And don't get it wrong. It doesn't mean that the person who is doing a 500 naira business is less profitable than the guy who is doing a 50 million naira business. Don't get me wrong. In fact, in the case, the person who is doing 500 might be more profitable, right? Think about Beetle, right? As cheap as the car is, the company Volkswagen owns, Lamborghini, Maserati, Bugatti, and Porsche. All right. So, I mean, just think about that, right? The key here is not to try to sell product to high people or low people. It's to know exactly who you're focused on, right? So you need to build that as a skill, right? Because most people don't do that.